Are you guys thinking about getting into missing middle development? Well, in today's video, Aaron and I are going to talk about all the different avenues and options you have available, whether it's uninsured, private construction, or CMHC financing. Stay tuned.
Hey guys, it's Aaron and Josh back with another Finance Friday, and today we just wanted to sit down with you guys and go over some of the things that we're seeing on the construction side. This is going to be some things with CMHC, lenders on the non-insured side, banks, alternative guys. Obviously there's a lot of changes going on in the market. We've had some CMHC policy changes with insurance premiums. The rental market's been going through quite the softening over the last probably even like 8 to 12 months, depending on who you talk to. So we just kind of wanted to give you guys an idea of what we're seeing from our side and from our insights, so that you guys can just take that back to your projects and just make sure you're moving ahead fully informed.
Yes, a little bit of a pulse check on the market. From a lending point of view, there's a little bit of cautious optimism. Cautious kind of highlighted and bolded. Lenders are still providing lots of capital for good borrowers in good locations where the numbers still work. There's no lack of liquidity or tightening of liquidity, let's say, for projects that aren't well capitalized and are not in great locations. So, money is still flowing and there's still people who are making numbers work. And I think, what we're seeing is just, even with these increased densification laws in the city, 6 units as of right, still lots of people getting creative, pooling capital, making things happen. From a risk point of view though, if you don't have liquidity and you don't have experience, it's becoming increasingly more difficult to be able to get conventional financing across the finish line for your first, let's say, construction project, or even on the private side. Sometimes, or most times, developers or investors will look to do their first project, but they want to build their first project. They don't want to cut that 30% piece or pound of flesh to a GC. And maybe back in the day when things were a little bit easier and rents were going up and they're a little not as soft, those projects could have got done on the private side. But even on the private side, we're seeing a little bit of pushback for experience or having a GC of the similar size and scope to help finish projects. So from like the lender side, underwriting's a little bit tighter. So putting together a stronger file, having access to more capital, and making sure that your numbers and T's are crossed and I's are dotted is gonna kind of get you across the finish line.